Welcome back to another Post-Media Ottawa Senators panel. I'm Bruce Garrioch, pleased to be joined by Senators President of Business Operation Anthony LeBlanc today. And Anthony, a couple of home games in the books as we speak here today, and the Senators coming off a 3-2 victory over the Dallas Stars Sunday afternoon. Let's first talk about how nice it is to have fans back in the building.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, having fans back is so critical for every part of our business. I mean, from the revenue side, it's obviously critically important, but it's amazing how much the impact is on the players. Talking with DJ and Pierre, it's just the pump up that the players get from having the fans in the building. It is remarkable. So yeah, I mean, we're excited. Obviously, we've got some work to do in regards to ensuring everybody is comfortable at coming back to the building. A lot of people I've talked to, in particular people with younger kids like myself, I've got an 8-year-old child. I have brought my daughter to games, but a lot of people are concerned for unvaccinated children, and we just have to continue doing our job of explaining all of the changes that have been made to the building. First and foremost, the fact that we have a brand new HVAC system, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So the airflow within the building is, like a brand new building. Everything else that we've done throughout the building, the sanitation stations, the ensuring that people don't have to open doors. It's going to take some people some time, but we're hopeful now that we've finally started playing games that people are going to be coming back.
Well, and it's interesting to say that, Anthony, because I flew for the first time on the weekend in more than 18 months, and I felt safe. I've been in a building now, 3 buildings with a lot of people in it, and I felt safe and I felt comfortable. I think one of the things we've learned throughout all of this, Anthony, is that people have learned to be respectful of other people's space.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, Bruce. And I think the other thing is the fact that, we are following the rules and only allowing people who are fully vaccinated to be into the building, obviously with the exception of children under 12 who follow their parents or their guardians who they're coming to the game with. But the fact that everybody in the building is vaccinated, I think is adding to people's comfort. But you're right. People are. It is a much more respectful process that we're seeing. At lineups of people coming in, there's a little bit more spacing. People are just. Yeah, I think you summed it up well. There is a much higher level of respect for personal space.
And looking at this team right now, and the fact that you have fans back in the building, how much and I know you have to be somewhat careful here. How much did the delay by the province in saying that you could have capacity set back your business? And maybe that's not the right way to put it.
No, but I think I know where. Look, we respect the fact that government has a job to do. I was relatively outspoken that I thought it took longer than it needed to. Look, we're happy that we have the capacity now, but there is no question that what I have seen is there's a much higher level of, I don't know the best way to put it, if it's concern, but certainly in the province, there's a lot more apprehension than you're seeing in other markets. I continue to go to the U.S. and it's a totally different world down in the U.S. But even other markets across Canada, it seems that it's taking longer, and we'll get there. I mean, look, we'll eventually get there. But no, I mean the fact that we received word of full capacity availability on the Friday before Thanksgiving weekend with our opener on the following Thursday. It's not an excuse. It is what it is. We're glad that we were able to have full capacity. We had a nice big crowd, north of 15,000 on Thursday night. But there is no question that it is taking people a little bit longer to have that level of comfort. Hence why we're out talking about things that we have done at the building to give people more comfort to come back.
Well, and you've kind of beat me to my next question, but one of the things I think I think you and I have discussed this, the Toronto Maple Leafs have not had capacity in their building, and I'm not sure any building in Canada has had capacity yet, had a sellout. how long do you think it's going to take people to get comfortable, and how do you, I guess maybe, how do you kind of help get them there?
Well, and I think it's consistently getting the message out that this is it is a very safe environment, and it's just some people. To your point, you said you'd just been on an airplane for the first time in 18 months.
Yeah.
People are coming back to restaurants now. I think again, if you look at how things progressed in other markets, I don't think it's going to be all that long. I think it is going to be a case, though, that people they're going to take their time and come back when they feel comfortable. But I think the fact is that, again, the fact of only vaccinated people being allowed in the building is a huge part of it. And I'm certainly hopeful. I mean, I would love to say that everyone will be back this coming week. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but I don't think it's going to be all that long.
As the president of business operations, and I thought you had some very good remarks on the Bill Carroll show on CFRA last week about the negotiations with Brady Tkachuk, and just trying to maybe dispel some of the misinformation that was out there. But you must have been thrilled, and I know the people of Ottawa were thrilled to see Brady Tkachuk sign that 7-year deal with the Senators, and because Eugene Melnyk has stated several times that he's committed to keeping this team together, and that's another step in the right direction.
Oh, I mean, it was huge. When I knew we were close, because just through conversations with Pierre and Eugene, I knew we were getting there. But the minute that our PR team came in and told me that the release was going out, I let out a very audible cheer. There's no question. I mean, look, he's a huge part of the team. But to your point, what that did is anybody who was questioning, where our owner was or is in regards to supporting this team. I mean, if that doesn't, there's the fact that Shabbat's already signed to a long-term deal, Batherson, to me, that was a really important piece. And you could feel like there was absolute euphoria, but I think from the fan base, it was also a big sigh of relief that, and the stories were out there, as you know, that it was just going to be a so-called bridge deal. The fact that, it isn't just our owner, Eugene, who has put the support there as necessary. It's the fact that the players are buying it. So that to me, it was a very, very important piece for us.
Well, and even I don't think in it's been a while, let's put it that way, where him just being in the building for that opener against the Leafs lifted the vibe in there. And I'm going to say, just add one other thing about having fans back. I know you didn't have the crowd you wanted Sunday, but there's been a good vibe in that arena for the last 2 games, I think, because people are excited about these young players you have.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And as I said, the attendance will come back. I mean, we're going to see, healthy crowds for our upcoming games. But you're right. The people that were there on Sunday, they were loud. The players, again, they commented on it. Pierre commented on that to me a couple of days ago, that having the fans back is a huge part of what this team needs. And hey, look, the proof's in the pudding. We're undefeated at home.
You know what? Look, I don't. How do I put this? Because I don't want to get you in trouble here. People want this team to name a captain. Pierre Dorion said on TSN the other day, and he said it to me several times, that the organization wants to take its time to name a captain. And I get that as somebody who's covered this game for 30 years. There's no need to rush this decision. Why is the decision of a captain so important?
I mean, this is where, you are going to get me in trouble.
No,
I don't wade into the hockey decisions. That's for sure. Look, I think that it's all about the leadership group. So, Eugene and Pierre and DJ, this is where I'm just the super fan.
Okay, but Anthony, I think the one thing I'm trying to get at with you as someone who sells tickets is he's also the face of the franchise, and that's why I think maybe it is an important organizational decision as well as maybe what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, it's an honor, and it's also a huge responsibility, not just to be the captain, to be an alternate, but to be captain of a club is a big responsibility. And I know that a choice is coming, and it'll be announced when the owner and when the GM and the coach are ready. But yes, I think where we are now, though, is we've got such, to your point, we've got such a great young crew, and then the necessary veterans around them. But I mean, we're just really lucky to have the team that we have, and I see the future as just continuing to be very, very bright.
And have you found, and just a couple more things before we go, have you found that you've gotten a good bounce from the signing of Brady Tkachuk?
Oh, there's no question. Again, that was something that I think people wanted to see. I can't tell you the amount of corporate sponsors, suite holders throughout the last couple of months that have said, "Hey, as soon as he signs, I'm buying my season ticket or I'm renewing my suite." So we had a lot of phone calls to make after that was announced. But we're going to continue doing interesting ways of celebrating this great young team. We've got an upcoming game on the weekend, which is an afternoon game. We're gonna, the kid. One thing I know as a father of an 8-year-old, kids love free T-shirts. So the first 3,000 kids in the building on Saturday will get a free T-shirt. Those types of things. They're little things that people just like getting. Some form of I don't know the best way to put it, but they like, well, people love free stuff. There's a news alert for you, but also they just like receiving things that you only get when you come to the game.
One of the things you feel you have to do is reconnect with the fan base, because you haven't seen them in 18 months for the most part.
Yeah, I mean it's and that's why we're going to be doing different things over the course of the season to make sure, first off, fans they feel excited about coming to the building. We saw that. We talked about that a few minutes ago. Even when it wasn't a full sellout on Sunday, that building was loud. But people want to be able to show off that they are part of this team. So we'll be doing, bringing back giveaways that people have asked for. I mean, one of the things that Eugene talks to us about a lot is market research. And our best market research is the fan base itself. So reaching out to the fan base, what is it that they liked seeing previously that they're not getting now? What are they seeing in other buildings that they would like to see here? It's all about, just continuing to increase the overall fan engagement and the fan experience. And that's really the big push for myself and the group on the business side.
Just before we go, Anthony, if somebody is coming to the building, what are your suggestions to them, as far as, because it's a little different getting into that building now?
It is, but on opening night, for example, we saw people coming early. That's certainly helpful.
Okay.
Getting people out to the building, not just waiting until the 15, 20 minutes before puck drop. It ensures that people get in and get in on time. So that's one thing. But you know what? It's actually worked okay. I mean, the fact that there is, there's a secondary checkpoint now where you have to show your proof of vaccination and your identification, and then you go through the normal ticketing process. Ironically, one of the areas that has been causing more consternation is the new bag rule. And that wasn't a Sens thing, that wasn't an Ontario thing, that was a league thing that was instituted. So it takes time for people to learn the new processes. But we're seeing on the entry into the building, it's going a lot smoother than we had hoped.
Well, Anthony, we really appreciate your time today, and I know that we're going to try and do this regularly throughout the season. We appreciate your time. Thanks for joining the Post-Media Senators panel. I'm Bruce Garrioch in Ottawa with Senators President of Business Operations, Anthony LeBlanc.